wasn't sourced directly by the municipal or by the department, Mr. Speaker, because there was no policy guiding the same, Mr. Speaker. So, in the wisdom of the department, Mr. Speaker, they did, so that they comply with the requirement, Mr. Speaker. They went to they source services and engage them so that the county government paid the contractor, and then the contractor paid the youths, Mr. Speaker. So generally, the youths were recruited by the contractor, not by the department directly, Mr. Speaker. So when we appropriated money for the same, the department used the existing guidelines and sought the contractors, qualified contractors, and give them contracts. So the contractors who were sorted were the one who recruited and subsequently supervised and subsequently paid the contractors. So there was no direct engagement from the department. It was through the contractor, Mr. Speaker. And as you are seeing on annexure number 3, Mr. Speaker, is the list of all the workers who were for Kericho and Litein Municipal Board, Mr. Speaker. And the total number was as follows. How did the county government arrive at the supplier of the Said Kasim Tahani project, Mr. Speaker? The CEC reported that the register of qualified contract suppliers was used since there was an established market for procurement of services as per Section 105 and 106 of Public Procurement and Disposal Act, Mr. Speaker. Before any decision to award the contract, the head of procurement function by a way of professional opinion, make a recommendation based on a market survey as per Section 91, subsection 4 of Public Procurement and Asset and Disposal Regulation. The quotation with the lowest price that meets the requirement set out in the request for quotation is a successful quotation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the department, through the wisdom, Mr. Speaker, use a method of request for quotation, normally known as, because it was a targeted service, Mr. Speaker. So the department look at the list of the qualified suppliers, and they sent a request of quotation, and then they responded. When they responded, evaluation was done. Evaluation was done, and the lowest evaluated bidder was awarded the contract, Mr. Speaker, under the guideline of the head of supply chain management in the department, Mr. Speaker, because she gave a professional opinion based on the RFQs which was sent, Mr. Speaker. So I wanted this as a response, whereby the sorter of the statement wanted to know how it was arrived. So that was the clear procedure which was followed, Mr. Speaker. Another statement, Mr. Speaker, was there an agreement? And before, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to ask to draw the attention of honorable members, Mr. Speaker, plus you.
Order, honorable members, let us consult in low tones. And the honorable chairman for lands, you just take a seat. Just a second. Honorable Chairman, I know you are making a presentation, so I don't want to struggle to comprehend what you are trying to table before this house. So that we be on the same page. I know as you articulate these issues, it's actually based on the response by the CC and maybe from the municipal boards, both for Litein and Kericho. It important that you make all of us understand, because I don't know, from this explanation even before, I don't want to water down your report, but this is, it seems to be total mixture. Talking about Kazim Bhutan, there is youth empowerment, attachments here, program, so which is which, and then there is the aspect of contractors, again coming in, so the chair is confused. Please clarify as you move on, so that when I'll give directions also as I try to understand and maybe consult one or two. Yeah, order, point of order.
Mr. Speaker, in the same spirit as the Chairman Land explained, whether that is Kazim Mutani, empowerment, contractors, to explain also if these contracts were under framework contract or under request for quotation, since that according to his explanation, Mr. Speaker, there is a list of contractors pre-qualified with the amount specified for the work done.
Order Matthew, I will open the floor. I will open the floor so that that one can be clarified later. But I just wanted the chairman, you make it clear, because it seems we are talking about several programs. As I said, there's one Kazim time, there's another one. You see the attachments, they are calling it Youth Empowerment Program, and then of course we are talking about the pre-qualified contractors who are awarded tender. So the reason why I'm saying that is that we don't want to discuss an illegality in this house. Do we have something called Kazim Mutani program anywhere? As I consult that, the clerk also should clarify whether there is such a policy that exists that guided this, so that we are discussing something that really has no head or tail. So the Honorable Chairman, even as you attempt to answer these questions, please clarify on that matter. Honorable members, I want you to get it clearly that as a house, we should not be discussing things that are not there. Because you see, if you look at the attachments, we are having Little Municipality Youth Empowerment Program. The title of this board is Kazim Mutani Project. From the explanation from the chairperson, you are telling us these are contractors that we are supposed to talk about. I'm trying to understand it clearly, so please you clarify that so that we'll continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity, and you asked me for clarification, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I embark, let me bring you to speed and the Honorable House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, during the campaign, His Excellency, the Governor, Mr. Speaker, has assured that he will highlight some of the various intervention programs, Mr. Speaker, to assist in ensuring that we provide employment to our youths, Mr. Speaker. One of the issues which he highlighted clearly was the issue with the internship program, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the internship program has run successfully, Mr. Speaker, although we still have some issues, and whereby it needs now this house to come up with legislation guiding the running of internship program, Mr. Speaker. A second thing, Mr. Speaker, internship was purposely for professional and qualified youths, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is not anchored anywhere, but it is just a phrase, Kazim Tahani, so that at this honorable house, during the budget making process, Mr. Speaker, they provided in the budget, and when you go to our budget, Mr. Speaker, you will see there was an allocation under municipal called Kasim Tahani, Mr. Speaker. Although we have not come up with legislation and regulation guiding the same, Mr. Speaker, but the entire was called Kasim Tahani. So after that is why it is called Kasim Tahani. Now, where there is a mixed up now here, Mr. Speaker, is because the department didn't have any legislation, any policy on employment of those youths, Mr. Speaker. So what did the department do, Mr. Speaker? In the zones within the municipalities, Mr. Speaker, there were zones which the Department of Environment was collecting garbage collection, Mr. Speaker. So they reduced on that, and then they engaged youths. Because there was no clear guidelines on how to do, Mr. Speaker, they used the existing guidelines, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Of course, you have gone further. You are now, even now, opening another Pandora's box. So, in short, we are discussing something that is not there. There is no policy.
Allow me to clarify, Honorable Speaker.
Order. You know, you've given a history of. My first question was: we have youth empowerment, we have Kazim Tahani, we are now talking about contractors, which is which. Honorable Chairman, you know you are an experienced member of this House. You are a ranking member, and you know the standing orders are very clear. You know, if you are on record that the executive engaged in an illegal program, then the executive need to be taken to task. And of course, on that matter, that is why I don't want to allow you to go. You don't go there. But nevertheless, you have already mentioned that we are dealing with an animal that does not exist
Allow me
in
to
the ecosystem of this county. And therefore, for now, I want you to stick to the questions asked by the Honorable Member, Honorable Matthew. And then all those other things can come in the debate. I'll give a few hundred members to make remarks, and then later I'll give further directions. I'm just directing that don't confirm anymore, because already you have said that there is no such project, does not exist anywhere. And this House cannot sit here and discuss an illegality. So I direct that you stick to the questions and you just respond to that.
thank you.
But clarify to me, Kazim Tahani Youth Empowerment Program and the aspect of procurement that you talked about, that companies. Because if you keenly look at this document, the Honorable Leader of Majority Emeritus, you know, having been the CC Finance, I've just even noticed that there are even areas where in your response, and I'll take you to page 7, where you say, where there was a question, how did the county government arrive at a supply of the said Kazim Tahani project? In short, Section 91 talks about choice of procurement procedure. And there are only Section 1, 2, 3, there's no Section 4. And I'm almost worried not even to allow this report to be tabled. Because there are very glaring issues that comes out. Honorable Chair, take your seat. The Honorable DS. I want to believe this report passed through the liaison committee. Yeah, it passed to the liaison committee. Because I think there are a number of, unless the clerk will also clarify on a number of issues that are there. Honorable members, we agree that going forward we will be taking our work seriously. And this report going to discuss about this report now. I need some time to go through it fast again, and then I'll pronounce myself on the matter on Tuesday. That will be on 12, on Wednesday, 21st at 9:30 a.m. as we consult with the chairman Lance, together with the leadership on the very matter. Yes, the Honorable Albert, your hand is up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I was requesting that instead of you pronouncing yourself, you can allow that we defer this motion so that at least we will go and sit, clarify all these glaring issues, and bring another report instead of you giving out the ruling. That is my humble request.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Honorable Eric P. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to second what Mheshimiwa Halbert has said, that as this, since this is a statement, we like only to defer so that we can deliberate later. Thank you. All right. The Honorable Matthew, you are the last one to comment because it was your statement.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, knowing that we have the copies of this report, and Honorable Member Albert is requested for more time for the committee to go and give us further findings and the report. What will we do with the first report in the House, Mr. Speaker? Just kind, and we wish that the committee lands will stand by the first report, and then the second report that might come with more details will give us more issues going forward. So, Mr. Speaker, I suggest that if it is the request of the honorable members that we defer this motion, but what will we do with the first report that we have the copies already? And then the second thing, the chair Lang was in the floor reading out the report, and for now is in number 3 or number 4, and the report as to number 7. Kindly advise on that, Mr. Chair.
Yes, the first Honorable Matthew, I guess you are talking about the first report should be this report that we have. They are asking for more time to go and they can add some issues. The Honorable Gilbert Ngetich.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. First is to second and also confirm what Honorable Albert said, that we adjourn. As we adjourn, Mr. Speaker, because the Kazi Mtaani exists in the report, I will also prolong the matter that we check also on the statement, because that is where the Kazi Mtaani originates. So as we discuss the report, having Kazi Mtaani as an illegality, we will go up to where the statement started, because we are supposed to really correct the mess from the beginning. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Gilbert Ngetich. And that is precisely on the reason why I have directed that I'll pronounce myself on the very matter. Maybe on the same note, I further direct that the statement go back to the Committee of Lands. You will look at it again. However, that would not mean that I will not pronounce myself on the same matter, on this issue. Honorable members, remember we are talking about a project implemented by the county government of Kericho. The constitution is very clear on matters of public finance. We have other acts like the PFM Act, Public Finance Management Act, Public Procurement and Disposal Act, as you have indicated here, and even the other attendant regulations. And when we are in this house, honorable members, and very serious response by the honorable chair that perhaps there was no framework at all to manage this Kazimutani project, then it will be very wrong for me to allow such debate to continue. And therefore, honorable members, the honorable members, I've already pronounced myself, and I'm sorry, I won't give any other member anymore an opportunity to discuss about this document. So, Honorable Chair Lance, be guided on that. Stick to what the direction that we have given you, as we also liaise and engage with the chairman liaison on this very matter. So, honorable members, we have come to an end of our first session, and this assembly stands adjourned until 2:30 p.m.